servants, whom you have been pleased to call to, and of those whose interests you have committed to our church. Amen.
Number 2, communication from the chair. Communication from the chair. Order number 3, messages.
To draw the attention of the County Assembly on the following: county services and governance, specifically section 4, that public participation forums are a high number of stalled projects in villages. 6, that effective public participation levels, and that none. The specific prayers of the petitioners of the County Assembly were as listed below. Ward and village development therefore resolved to conduct inquiry to the issues raised in the petition. Chief Committee Member for Administration, Public Service and Special Programs to respond to committee observations. Upon hearing from the petitioner and the other witnesses, the committee observed that provided for under Section 13 of the Bomet County Public Participation Act 2019 has such as local vernacular radio stations, notice boards, chief feedback mechanisms to inform members of the public on how their views and memoranda are incorporated into final policies, plan programs and projects to community needs. 11, Mr. Speaker, is that ward and village administrators, that's it, CIDP, an annual development plan, part of which undergo public participation processes meant to strengthening accountability, inclusiveness and decentralization of public participation process. So identifies participation of the people as a national value and principle of governance in analyzed groups. Finally, Section 91 of the County Government Act 2012 require county governments to facilitate structures for citizen budget preparation forums, notice boards and development project sites, and effective citizen engagement. The committee therefore recommends that the county executive 61B of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 requires county assemblies to facilitate. P. The committee further notes that Section 115 of the County Government Act 2012 requires public participation. And that Section 125(2) of the County Governments Act 2012 requires budget processes. The legal framework exists, implementation gaps remain, particularly in operationalizing statutory effective coordination in public participation activities. The committee therefore recommend that the county executive fully operationalize the petitioners sought allocation. The committee knows that effective public participation requires adequate logistical and financial. On this one, therefore, Mr. Speaker, recommends that the county executive considers enhancing budgetary allocation, village administrator, and outlines functions. The committee notes that Section 52 of the County Governments Act 2012 establishes the office of the ward administrator, and village administrators are critical links to support and administrative empowerment of ward and village administration. On prayer number 6, the committee notes that Section 28 of the Bomet County Public Participation and annual public participation reports to the county. So, Mr. Speaker, that's the report of the committee. Therefore, I note the report.
To support this report and in particular to congratulate the committee, citizen public participation that will allow the members of the public to give input on any. You will find that a small village come to a public participation. For example, in my area, we have participation. May not, because there is a factor of finances. But at least if it can be facilitated, or is being placed to these members of the public. So, Mr. Speaker, before the constitution was passed, I was a committee in the draft constitution 2005.
Congratulate the petitions committee for the good work they do. Clerk.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, in order for the committee.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, in order for the committee on budget.
An opportunity at the end of once we are done with the orders present here. Anybody who
Order number 5. Order number 5, papers. 5 papers.
Any member of
And we did our work. And we are just in I was not asking nothing to hurry about it, because we need to move and give that day, Mr. Speaker. You wanted us even to move and give that day, Mr. Speaker. You wanted us even to slot in the House business, Mr. Speaker, immediately after the lot in the House business, Mr. Speaker, immediately after I believe the
Victor, you're out of order. Please be in the proper attire for this House. Honorable members, please let us observe the rules. Honorable Majority Leader, being the leader of
what is happening at the other side. So we have time, because we adjusted the time for this.
Just for the record, is that his house told him otherwise that we allow the members to have before the budget estimates are passed. Once we passed it, the morning sent to the motion yesterday. Remember, we have the budget for the year 26-27 and 26-27, and it has to be handled. Budget committee will proceed. To write the report and come up with their considering it is the end of the financial year, I want to urge all of you to be available on 30th.
Even if I'll not be very accurate on to the morning session, members of some certain committees are required to and of course prepare members psychologically that on the pronunciation of different labor codes as serving in different offices, Mr. Speaker. I'm reliably informed that the same has got far-reaching effect on the budget. Judgments are given first-hand attention by whatever quarter in the country, Mr. Speaker. That means there are specific budget line vote heads that will be affected, and for the government to get to that extent, one or two persons will have eight. Mr. Speaker, on Wednesday, I'm trying to prepare colleagues that on Wednesday afternoon to discuss right here the conduct of the office of the county attorney and their complete. I'm also struggling to understand who should present the appropriation bill. Who should present the appropriation bill? Is it the county assembly's creation or finance for verification and of course approval by this house? When you say the verification and of course approval by this house, when you say the supplementary budget to go or it doesn't on the floor, we do not need a debate on whether to bring it or not. The time is outright. It doesn't have to be shaky and misty. It doesn't have to be shaky and misty. It has to be vivid.
Peter Rono, alias Chief. We have a committee that is it that it is no longer performing until
Honorable Speaker, I am a member of the Labour Committee. Report, I've gone through the standing order.
Have faith again on your committee, of which you are a member. Bring it to my table. On the last, and it is not upon us, or it's not. I sign on the last, and it is not upon us, or it's not. I sign. It is taken to Nairobi, and there are a lot of things that happen there. It is taken to Nairobi, and there are a lot of things that happen there. It is unfortunate now that the chair is not in. Kindly inform the CEC in charge of finance that may actually be out as of now. Last minute rush. So next time, in time for the House to do its business. Honorable members, this sitting